The untold story of an inspiring mother-breadwinner. Mrs. Ogechukwu Irechukwu is an inspiring Amazon whose enterprising spirit embodies hope in a seeming hopelessness. She represents many entrepreneurially restless African women who have swallowed shame in their strides to put food on the table of their families. She bears the badge of the unsung mother breadwinner who stooped to conquer. She abandoned the thriving product supply business for a less admired low-income bean cake akara frying business, which turned out to be a fortune discovery with which she has trained graduates in a room and managed the home front. Mrs. Irechukwu's story resonates with the spirit and theme of the 2024 International Women's Day, which is Inspire Inclusion. The lack of satisfaction in her career trajectory fired her to seek the change that has enabled her repositioning for better capacity and competition for inclusion. Mrs. Irechukwu bears her career change and nuances to MMS Hall of Fame media team.
Well, my name is Mrs. Ogechukwu Irechukwu. I am from Abia State, married to Mr. Sunday Irechukwu from Imo State. Here I am, this is my business. I sell akara and bread and other things, other items. By the grace of God, I've been into this business 8-9 years ago. The way I started this business, it's just like a funny something. It wasn't my business. I was working. When I dropped working, I started doing supply, GBC products, a boundary, and so many other markets. But when the business was dropping, the business wasn't actually giving me what I really wanted. I started praying. I asked God, what next will I do to add up to the business I'm doing? I didn't really want to enter into the business proper, but I wanted to use it to attach to the one I was doing then, into my supply business. So one day I just told my husband I want to be frying akara. He said, he rebuked me. He said, akara, what are you doing with akara? How can you go to the bus stop and start frying akara? What will people say about that? I told him I have prayed. I saw myself frying. He said, God forbid, I cannot fry akara. I said, okay. I left it. I was still doing my little supply. I had the second revelation where I was frying again. I went to one shop and asked them how much they are selling gas. And they told me I bought gas. I brought it to the house. My husband was asking me a very big cylinder. What are you doing with it? I said, I want to start frying akara. He said, akara business. That he is not even in support of it. I now called my younger brother. Already my daughter has started raking. Mommy, you will not fry you. Mommy, you will not fry you. But by the grace of God, I started looking for a place. I got a place at Mechanic Bus Stop, Orege there. That is where I started. And I started doing it. Gradually, the thing was moving. Before I know it, I was no longer interested in my supply business. I dropped it finally and faced the akara business. If I'm to say, the akara business is not as stressful as people think about it. It depends on the way you are doing it and the way you started. My very self, I refuse to use firewood because I know that using firewood to fry is a very stressful thing. That is why I started with gas. And with the gas, you will not even feel any bad in the akara business. It makes it easier. In washing of the beans, it depends on how you want to do it. You want to wash by yourself, it's okay. You want to go and break the beans before you wash, it's still okay. So there is no much difficulty in akara business. Well, the benefits in akara is like me, for instance, I don't know about others. Whatever I'm saying now is about myself. One, I have done other business and I've been to akara business. If I'm to compare the business I've done before with the akara business I'm doing now, I will tell you that what I'm getting in Akara now is more, far better than when I was even doing million business. Akara looks very small and it's not a very, I don't even know the adjective now that I will use to qualify the way people say it. But if you really know what you are doing, from this Akara business, you can get whatever thing you want to do. Well, by the special grace of God, it's not by my power. With this Akara business, at least I have trained 2 graduates and 1 undergraduate now. My last daughter now is doing medicine in AFSU. So I have 2 graduates and 1 undergraduate now. When you talk about this business, there are much challenges. In Nigeria as a whole now, every business has a challenge of its own. This one we are doing now, when you go to the market to buy something today, like for instance now, the last beans I finished frying, I bought it at 150. I went back to buy beans again. They told me beans now is 180,000. So by the time you finish frying these days, just quite unlike before, that when you fry, you get something enough to, but nowadays, it's not like before. You fry, by the time you finish, you gather your interest and you benefit you have, you pour it on top of the one you want to go and buy. You see, like for instance, I bought beans 160. I went back, I bought 180. Yesterday, the beans was 190. So all these ones are challenges. Even here I'm selling, council come. They disturb, we pay council. Even the person that gave me here is also another problem. All those things are challenges. We can't keep measuring. Challenges are much, but by the grace of God, we cannot give up. We can't give up. And what I actually want them to do to assist my business. One, here I'm saying is gutter side. If I can get a better site to stay, a more better site that is clean. I like clean things. I will be happy. I need funds because things now are very expensive in the market. So those things are the challenges of this business nowadays. It's not too easy now. Formerly, you can buy a beans of 20,000. By the time you finish frying, you are getting almost 60, 70,000. But today, by the time you finish frying, the income that is coming, you will be people struggling to make out your own gain. Well, my advice to people that want to really join the business, they should not be discouraged. No business is very easy now. Like I said the other time, the Bible does not despise the time of little beginning. So though the beginning might be small. So no matter what you have, like me, when I started with only 6 derrick of beans. And today, I am not boasting, I can buy 3 bags of beans if I really want, despite the price. Any amount of beans I want to buy, and I can be able to provide it without asking anybody come and assist me. So one should not be afraid of things are very costly. You can start with the little you have. Even if it's 3 derrick of beans, you can start frying akara with it. And at the end, if you really know what you are doing, you'll be getting something out of it. Since I started this business, a lot of people have been helping me. Actually, some people tell me how they go out, buy paper, do this. Actually, I have not bought paper with my 1 naira since I started this business. For the past 8 years, I have not used my 1 naira to go to the market and buy paper. And suddenly, I located a woman, and she was bringing paper for me from MMS Plus newspaper. And I am so happy. Because buying paper is not even a small thing. I know how much they are selling paper these days. But God used them to encourage me. So many others are encouraging me. I want to thank God for their life. I want God to also bless them more and more. That wherever they are bringing the things they are using to encourage me, that God will supply them more.